Good morning, you guys. Just woke up a while ago and I need to smoke, and I was like, why not talk about working at a dispensary? I didn't work there for too long, to be honest. I worked there for like a month, but I did try it out like before, which was like when I really needed a job and some cash, and I had a old friend that worked there. So she was telling me like all about it. She was like, oh yeah, it's like pretty cool, you get like cash, whatever. So she was like, just try it out, whatever. So I did. Honestly, that I didn't like it when I tried it the first time, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it again. But I really needed cash, so I did it again. And this time, like, I really, like, I wanted to go. Like, I was like telling my cousin, like, oh, like, I'm trying to get a job, because I already had like a little job. So I was like, oh, I'm trying to get like another job where like I could just like chill and like smoke weed. And he was like, oh, like, why don't you try a dispensary? And he was like, like they always hire girls, whatever. I'm like, yeah, you're true. And at the time I was staying over there, like where they had a lot of dispensaries. So I was like, okay, cool. Look at this weed though, yo. I gotta show you guys. Like, this shit fire. I don't know if you can see it though. Look at this shit. Ooh, coming to the hood. This shit got some bomb ass weed. But anyways, so yeah, he was like, oh, just apply whatever. So I did. Like I went to, excuse me. So like I went into a shop, and I was like buying weed, and the girl, oh shit, it's like all blurry. And the girl was like, oh, like how old are you? And I was like, I'm 23. Like, why, what's up? And she was like, oh, because we're looking for bartender. And I was like, oh, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, I was just talking to like my family member, about that. So I was like, hell yeah, girl. Like, what do I gotta do? She was just telling me, like when I go home, like to apply online, like send my resume, send like pictures of myself, whatever. So yeah, I did that. It was pretty cool. They called me, I think like the next day. They told me to come in. I had like a little interview. They were just asking questions if I ever sold, if I know how to like weigh weed out, or sell it, if I ever worked at a dispensary before. So yeah, and then after that, I was working there. The girl was cool. She was like small like me, so I thought she was pretty cool. We smoked, whatever. It was cool. Yeah, like the girls are pretty chill. Like they're cool. And then what else? It's cool because you could like smoke there. Whatever. I had to smoke there, and then what else? Smoke there. Oh, and then like I don't know. I really didn't like it though. Like when I had to eat, when I was hungry, um, I got like a little like 15-minute break or something. Like it was not enough for me to eat my food. Like, and I love food, so like I had to like gobble my food. I had to like gobble all my food down. And what else? Um, um, yeah, like. Oh, and then like I didn't like it that like they switch you shops. Like you're at a shop this day and the next day you go to like another shop. So I didn't really like that. It was kind of like I barely learned like the menu on one shop, and then like I had to go to like another shop. So I didn't like that. What else? Oh, I went to this one shop, and this guy this guy was working. Well, they had like a mixture of guys and girls working there, so I thought that was cool. I'm like, okay, cool, something different, whatever. And when I had got there, I was kind of like, no, they told me like, oh, you made it, like you're here. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, I'm here. Like, what do you mean? And then they were like, oh, it's because we had got like robbed last night. And I forgot her name, but they're like, oh, we told her to tell you like not to come. And I was like, oh, well, like, I'm here, like I live right down the street. I was like, so that's why I came. And then they were just like, oh, okay, like, you can stay, whatever. I guess they felt bad, like they didn't want me to like go home. So I stayed wherever. I worked a little bit. And then after that, they were like, oh, like they sent me home early, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I get to go home and smoke, whatever. So I went home, but then next, yeah, it was my sister's boyfriend. He came to pick me up, and then we had got some weed, and the shop that we went to was the same shop that I just worked at previously. So I was like, okay, cool. I just got weed there. Like, we're about to get some more weed, and we about to just smoke and just chill, whatever. And like, I went in there with like, I think like $11 or whatever. And I was just telling him like, bro, like, give me some. Oh shit, I burned myself. I was like, bro, give me some good shit, like. And he was like, oh yeah, I got you. But I don't know. I guess it was just like a whole misunderstanding. Like, okay, I wanted like $11 worth of weed, but he gave me like a 14 one. But then I straight up counted like the money in front of him, and like, I don't know what happened. Like, to be honest, I guess it was just like a miscommunication or misunderstanding. I don't know what. But then he was just like he came out. Like, I would even took my time to like leave out the shop and everything, because like I was just like talking, just chilling with them, like talking right there. And then next, he was like, he came out of nowhere and he was like, oh, he's like, you owe me like $3 or $4, whatever. And I was like, what, bro? Like, I'm like, you're tripping. Like, I told you this is all I had. Like, and I was like, if I owe you how much for like the amount of weed you gave me? And I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, that's out. Like, I'm not here. You could take your weed back. I'm like, give me my money. Like, so he was like, oh, all right, for sure. And like, he was just, I don't know, he was just acting weird. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I was like, whatever, bro. Like, I'm about to go get weed somewhere else. Like, I'm not even tripping. And so like, shit, bro. And so like, yeah, I got my money back. And it was weird because like after that they fired me, and like they sent me like a like I got added into like a group chat, whatever the fuck. And then later on, like, they sent a message to everybody on there talking about me. Like, they were like, oh yeah, we took her off. And I was just like, okay, like, that's cool. Like, I don't even care. Like, y'all weird anyways. And then after that, after that I was like, okay, fuck it. Like, but like, I don't know, I just really didn't like it. Like, y'all had just got robbed, and like, I was about to work there and like be there. Like, no, that's out. Like, and y'all don't even know how to run your shit. Like, that's why you guys got fucking robbed. Like, I'm over here talking shit. But yeah, like, also about that, like, that shit's crazy. Like, how like, oh shit, this shit's done. But like, it's crazy how like, all these shops are getting shut the fuck down. But then again, low-key, it's kind of good, because it's like, for the people who really like put their all into like having a shop, getting like their legal documents and everything, like, it's a plus for them. But then it's like the people who don't have their shit together, it like kind of sucks, because they have to be out here like hustling harder. But I mean, that's what it is, right? Y'all want to be trapping, y'all want to be, so fuck it. Like, y'all gonna do what y'all have to do. And I know how that is. I'm not talking shit, because I used to trap too. So don't be like, oh, she's over here like talking shit, she thinking she too good, whatever. Like, no, I'm not. Like, I've been there, done that. And that's why I'm just saying, but it's like, I would hate it if I had like, if I was a person who like has all my legal shit, and then there's this person down the street who like doesn't, and they're still open, and they're still like making their money, whatever the fuck, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's like, I don't know, I might stop smoking weed too. I love it, but it's like, since they're shutting down all these shops, it's like it's hard to get some cheap ass good as weed. Like this shit I got it for $20. Like, so yeah, I'm a cheap bitch. I'm gonna fuck. But yeah, like I'm not buying. I never like all the times like that I buy weed, I buy ounces, like whatever the fuck. I don't pay a lot for my shit. Like I always know where to go and shit like that. But yeah, like yeah, I might start smoking weed because like they gonna tax the weed and shit like that, you know. So you know what I mean, which is a good thing, you know, because it's like weed is beautiful, like weed is good, you know, especially you know for if you really need it, you know. But yeah, like that's pretty much it. Over here talking about some other shit now, but it sounds to do about weed though. So yeah, uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Me working at a dispensary. That's how my experience was. Um, it was cool, whatever, but I wouldn't like work there anymore. Like I'm cool off that. Um, oh, and then also like the tips, like they're like, oh yeah, like you'll get tips and shit like that, you know, which was which is true, you know, you get tips, but like I get more tips working at fucking McDonald's when I did. And like you can't even receive tips from people, but like, you know, people would still give me tips. So yeah, and what else? Like I don't know, the tips they're just like they suck. It's not even enough. And then this one girl, she was like, she said like my jar was like weighing low or something. So she's like, oh, I took your tips and blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. Like, that's cool, bitch. Like, you want to take my shit? Like, you know, I was about to, like, you know, I wasn't feeling too happy. Like, I was already over it. But I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not about to fucking fight anybody over some couple dollars. Like, bitch, you need that shit more than I do, apparently. Like, you know, God always got me. So, yeah. Yeah. That's cool. You know, you want to take people's tips and shit. Like, but whatever. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was pretty cool. Has its pros and cons, you know, but that's just my experience. Um, yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna finish smoking this blood though.